Good evening, my friend. Welcome to WW Radio Live, where this week, inspired by the show from last week, I'm taking you for the first, well, not for the first time, but I'm taking you out of this world for tonight's live show. As you can tell, I am not in Walt Disney World. I have a feeling we're not in Disney anymore. We are not in Walt Disney World. I'm taking you to one of sort of our favorite semi-local-ish joints. This is Portillo's, which is a famous Chicago area, like Italian dipped beef hot dog place that just opened up probably about a year and a half or so ago. We're about 10 minutes from Disney Springs on Palm Parkway. By the way, if you are watching live, thank you so much for being here. Do me a favor, tag and invite a friend to come and join us tonight. And if you're watching on the replay, don't forget to join us, not here, but here, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I need to put my glasses on so I can see some of the comments. I know the internet is not awesome here. Lily says they're opening one near me. So I had heard about Portillo's for years from folks who have been to the original, like up in the Chicagoland area, swearing that this is like some of the Italian beef. This is like, all right, very non-Disney. Who's watching The Bear? Who has watched or is watching The Bear on Hulu? I think it's on, so it's somewhat Disney related. Who's watching The Bear? Portillo's is like The Bear, beef sandwiches, but without all of the yelling and the fighting and obscenities being yelled from the kitchen. But this was my son's choice tonight. He wanted to come out to dinner, so I figured since you're family, I would take you with me and my family. Vernon, how is Palm Parkway? Palm Parkway has grown and exploded. There is so much great stuff here. One night I'll have to come around here and take you around. This is Jeremiah's Italian Ices. There's Raising Cane's right here. There are a number of different there's a White Castle. So the White Castle that opened here is like right across the parking lot, which is incredibly tempting to go to Portillo's and White Castle, but I also don't want to go to the hospital right after in cardiac arrest. But this is Mike's is getting a cake shake. I think my son is getting, I'm not a sweets guy, Mike, but I think that my son is getting a cake shake. There's a lot of love from Portillo's. Mary Paul Blintrup says, love Portillo's, really good burgers and beef. I can't seem to get away from the dipped beef. I don't know if you can see it up here. I noticed on the menu tonight there's a beef and cheddar on a croissant, and I almost ran up and told my son, but listen, if we're going to come and I'm going to take you with me for the first time, we got to do it the way it's intended. And I think my son wants to share a chili dog, so who am I to deny him? Sean, good to see you. Kelly Fennell, nice to see you as well. So yeah, this has been open for about maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Alice says, great chocolate cake. They've actually, when you get like a cake shake, they take like a piece of the chocolate cake or birthday cake and literally jam it into the blender and make a shake out of it. So if you're trying to bulk or put on carbs, this is where you go. But I'm a sucker for the dipped Italian beef with sweet peppers. So they put sweet peppers on the Italian beef, then they dip it in the jus, and they rub. This is not a first date food. This is like, you better be comfortable in your relationship with your significant other or soon to be significant other, because it's a little bit of, I should have thought of that before I decided to take you here with me, but that's okay. We are friends. So I see a lot of folks already talking about other folks who have mentioned Portillo's in the past. So while we are waiting for our dinner to arrive, Nick says you check to see if there was blood on the saddle or blood on the floor. There is no longer, this I know is controversial, but there is no more blood on the saddle anymore in Walt Disney World, much to the chagrin of a lot of folks. I did get a chance. I was invited to a sneak peek of the Country Bear Musical Jamboree in Frontierland. The new show debuted for cast members and some media today. Yes, I'm at Portillo. If you're wondering where I am, this is not Walt Disney World. I'm in Portillo's. By the way, if somebody could share this into the clubhouse or your favorite group on Facebook or to your friends, I would appreciate it. So yeah, I was invited to a sneak peek of the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. I'm going to post. I posted a number of pictures and videos on my stories. I'm going to share another one later on tonight or tomorrow, giving you sort of a quick synopsis of what it looks like without being too spoiler-y. Jim O, thank you very much, brother. You can see from the moment you walk into the lobby, it's like a little museum of not just the history of the Country Bear Jamboree in Walt Disney World, but sort of the, according to story, Country Bear. A lot of like great details in the queue. I'll share some in the video. A lot of Easter eggs in the queue, a lot of great sort of throwbacks, and to that point, there's a lot of the same in the show itself. This is not your or your dad's or your grandfather's Country Bear Jamboree, and that's not a bad thing. I want to give you a 30,000 foot view first and say, you know, we as Disney fans, especially those of us who have been around a long time, we have, look, if you've heard any of my shows, you know, I have a lot of very nostalgic, very sentimental, very deep emotional feelings and connections to a lot of things and places in the parks that aren't necessarily attractions. My dad loved Country Bear Jamboree. I loved Country Bear Jamboree. My kids loved Country Bear Jamboree. And we become attached to the characters, the moments, the songs, whatever it were. And when that changes or when that goes away, one, the internet loses its collective marbles. And two, I think we as Disney fans, you know, we're confident, right? We're trusting in Disney that they are going to, and sometimes that pays off, sometimes it doesn't. This pays off in spades. I admit, like, when you hear that there's going to be country versions of modern songs, you wonder what that's going to look and sound like. This show is fun. It's funny. Like, it's legit funny. Like, it's with that wonderful sort of corniness to it, but also like some legit funny jokes. My God, man, what did you order?
All the stuff you said.
I said I wanted a side salad and a water. What is this?
I think I accidentally got us the larger size.
Oh my Lord, what is that? Nicholas, that's like 7 pounds of...
I don't know which, I think this one's the dip one. Don't get it on.
Oh my gosh. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear the angels singing here in Portillo's? Oh my God, it's dripping all over me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why it came in a plastic bag.
Remember what I said?
This
is not a first date food. It is not. It is not. You also might want to wear like a bib or a diaper or like something. Oh my God, Nicholas, this is like a cheese. Why would you even get cheese sauce? Oh my God. Oh, French fries. Oh, hot. All right. Anyway, back to the Country Bears before I start stuffing my face. You fat fatty. What did you got? A giant drink, and did you get a cake shake?
I got one cake shake first.
Oh, it's a split. A small. This is a small cake shake. This cake shake weighs about like this weighs a pound.
Yeah.
Because there's
It's a slice of chocolate cake just blended.
Yeah.
Pretty good though.
I'm sure it is because it's got cake in the shake.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I can't dig into this just yet. All right. I was talking about the Country Bear. Betsy says you need a hazmat suit when you eat. Again, this take your kids, take your like spouse, whatever. But if you're trying to court a lovely young lady or a young gentleman, and you're like, is this the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with? Take them to Portillo's, because if you could survive what's going to happen to your face and possibly your clothes, and you know, like this is the one. So you put ketchup in this, and you put a cake shake in this. There's a little bit of a disparity in the size of things. And you got a chili dog too?
Yeah.
Good Lord, man. This is also, I also brought my last will and testament when my arteries clogged. All right, let me quickly get back to the Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's funny. But the thing that and the way that the way that I felt as soon as I walked out, and while I was in the show, is that it's respectful. It's respectful to the original. Like you can tell, and I talked to a couple of the Imagineers after. I'll share some of that in the video if I can. they're fans first, so they understand what we as fans who have known and loved this show for more than 50 years, our connections to it, and what is important to us about it. Go ahead, dig in, don't wait for me. So it's respectful of that show. Oh, thank you. Save me just one bite of that disgustingly beautiful chili dog. So it's a completely new show, completely new music. There are really no remainders of any of the music. And then when you hear that there's sort of modernized country versions of modern music, Kiss the Girl, A Whole New World, Fix Her Up, Remember Me, You Got a Friend in Me, you instantly have that connection. Hearing the Bears sing a countryfied version of it, like just on paper makes it funny, but it's executed really, really well. Melvin, Max, and Buff are on the walls. Henry is there. So the characters you know and love are there, but slightly different. It would have been a calamity if Big Al wasn't there. Big Al is Big Al, but he's not singing Blood on the Saddle. We're no longer whipping Little Buford, or if he's really acting out of line, they will shoot him instead. I'm not giving you, oh my God, man. Nicholas, can I give you a bit of fatherly advice?
Yeah.
Never take a date here. Because unless you really, really love her, take her.
Yeah.
You're going to finish that in 2 seconds. He's a growing boy. So Cassie Tucker, listen, there's not a lot not to love about Portillo's. And you're tempting me with this beautiful little half of, nobody wants to see me eat half of a chili dog. I mean, I do, but I don't. So I went live this morning to show you the video in case you can't get out here. I really don't think, and it's sort of the dichotomy of live video. I love being able to connect you to the experience when you can't get here, but I also don't think that it accurately conveys just what it's like. There was an energy in the room this morning, so there was invited media. Thank you, Disney. It was invited media and cast members, which is great because it's a gift to them to be able to see it first. The same way it's a gift to us to be able to be in that room. But there was such an energy, and if you go back and you watch the live video, you can hear it. There's almost this cacophony of like people singing along and cheering and stomping and clapping that drowns out some of the audio. I was sitting all the way in the back to try and get a full view, and that's where they had us sitting. But I love that. Like, I love the energy. Like, everybody I talked to genuinely loved it. I understand that when something has to go away, when something new comes, oftentimes it's at the price of something else. Betsy Parkas, Big Al was my dad's favorite. I would have been crushed if you, me too. And I said that like this morning, like I think my dad is looking down, smiling, like that Big Al is still there, and I think he would dig the song that he sings. I think he would dig the way he sings. Like, I think it was super creative the way they did Kiss the Girl. I think the Bare Necessities was like the perfect way to end it. And then obviously make sure you remain for a few seconds or moments after, because Melvin, Max, and Buff have ongoing dialogue as you're exiting the theater. So sometimes sitting all the way to the left is actually pretty good. So by the time you get out, you get to hear the entire spiel. I have nothing but love for the new Country Bear Jamboree, and I will tell you that this morning I was almost hesitant to get excited, because I was like, well, this is not going to be the Country Bear that I knew and loved growing up. Kyle Ballmeyer, what's going on, brother? We also have to get together and share a meal, not necessarily here, but wherever you want, probably someplace Japanese. So, like Kelly says, I loved the video. Can't wait to see it in person. And I think that's going to be the thing. I think, like, going with your family, going with your friends, like, it really is a good time. And I think the pacing is ideal. The songs are, for the most part, they're not too big, they're not too small, they're just right. So the show pacing moves very well. Kids won't get bored because it's not the full 2 to 3 minute version of a song. It's just enough that keeps the show moving along. And I think the way that they balance the shows with some that are slower, some that are faster, it's really, really, really well done. And I actually, so my family loves Zootopia. For some people in my family that only watch 6 different movies, it's one of the ones that's on the list. But Try Everything from Emily Ann Roberts is so, it's Trixie and the Sunbonnet Trio, but Emily Ann Roberts, who I admit I had never heard of before, is such a wonderful, lovable person, right? She has an amazing voice. And if you watch the story, I think I posted it as a reel today. She is genuinely excited to be here. Like, sometimes you go to these things and you could tell it's a job for some people. Not for her. She won the American Idol experience in Walt Disney World, I think she said 9 years ago or so. And it literally was sort of the launching point for her career in country music. She is like ecstatic to be back and being a part, like, imagine any of us being a part of this place that we love so very much. And I was really inspired. It's why I posted it. Her speech wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't on cards. It wasn't anything that she was told to say. But I love that she was able to, she chose the good. She pulled an inspirational message out of the Country Bear Jamboree. Doghouse Dog, it's good to see you, man. Thank you very much. I am actually not going to make it out to San Diego Comic-Con next week. I have a very important familial obligation because it's my son's birthday. So we've got important stuff to do for your birthday. That is also going to revolve around eating. Maybe I'll go live from where I am. We'll see. So, Constance, I gotta love the from the heart messages, and that's what it was. Like I genuinely appreciated the 30 seconds that she gave and the message of hope and inspiration and positivity that she took out of the show that I never would have thought otherwise. It's a little bit of her personal story, and I like to see more of that. I'm happy that they had her here, and it just felt genuine, and that was the thing. It did not feel scripted at all. Josh Allen, everybody can tell I'm in Portillo's. Like, I don't even know if it says Portillo's behind me, but they know what it looks like. It's the vibe. Did you eat your whole chili dog already? I have to take a bite because I just don't look. Oh, God. So Portillo started as a hot dog stand, like a little 5x5. Was it like a truck or a stand? Dude, those hot dogs, like the casing outside is crispy. They're like meaty and juicy. This one happens to be loaded with chili and onions and cheese. So it's a health food because it has beans, which are protein. Don't shake your head, no. Say, Dad, yes, you're right. Listen, beans are good for protein. Onions are vegetables and good for your digestive tract. I'm just making that up. And cheese is dairy. So you're welcome.
Wow.
Did you order like an extra large? This is the biggest sandwich I've ever seen.
It's the big beef.
Why? Why did you do that? There's no way I can eat that by myself.
She said small, like 6 inch or 9 inch. So I was like, oh, we usually probably get the big one.
We don't usually get the big one.
My God.
Oh my God, that's all right. I'm sure it won't. Lorraine says we mobile order and pick it up on our way to the resort. Oh, that's a nice, that's a smart move there. Are you also by the kebab? Yeah, so we've tried kebab before. It was okay. The Korean street food across the street, it was okay. It was right after it first opened, so it was just okay. Carl says I'm gonna have to try one of their chili dogs. I've only gotten them Chicago style. Joette chicken, I love chicken curry. I almost ran up to you and told you to get the big beef and cheddar on the croissants. I know, but I can't get away from like the original. But I feel like I need to try it just to sort of get the full spectrum of the Portillo's menu. So, Vernon Schmidt says, it's been decades of this. Will somebody please explain health food to Lou? Listen, Vernon, don't ruin the fantasy. I have other healthy foods here to show. So I have tomatoes, right? I have It's ground tomatoes, potatoes, good starches and carbohydrates, and my tea is unsweetened. Kendall says the beef and cheddar croissant is quite good. Kendall, I was thinking about you the other day. We have what?
How do you think about food with all this in front of you, Joe?
Kendall, I have an idea for a show that we have to do together. A Mid-Atlantic staple, Wawa, is right next door. When this Wawa opened, it was like, when the first Wawa opened around here in Florida, there was lines like around, not for gas, just for like the Wawa subs.
Everyone loves Wawa.
Everybody, how can you know what Wawa means?
Hoagie Fest.
No, it does not mean Hoagie Fest. It means bird in flight. I'm full of useless knowledge, Nicholas, in case you have...
I can tell, we're sitting here.
Becky says, I have no idea where you are. Becky, I'm not sure that this is the most non-Becky meal ever. The shake has chocolate cake in it, which is filled with antioxidants. You see? So look at you, Nicholas. Look at you. You ate that whole sandwich?
I'm still eating it.
Oh my! Yeah, well, there's not very much left. Yeah, everybody's talking about the chocolate cake.
Shake. Listen.
Just the regular bread. Don't mess with perfection, Katie. That's why I didn't get the croissant, because I feel like it's like a secondary, tertiary menu item. The beef and cheddar croissant is quite good. I'm conflicted. My nephew drove down from Jacksonville when Wawa opened because he was born and raised in Philly. Well, I won't hold it against him that he's from Philly. We're very sad about Saquon at this table.
No, months ago.
I'm sure that there's some form. So Heather, I don't think they don't do the 4 food groups anymore. Right now it's the food pyramid. Is it right?
Still do the food group.
No, but it's like the pyramid now. It's not like the 4 food. Like at the top of the pyramid is like chili dog. And then it's like beef sandwiches, French fries, chocolate cake.
Is this what you talk about on every show? Just like
Basically.
nationalizing your eating?
Yeah. You know, at one point, Nicholas, my show used to be about Disney World, and here I am. I don't know how I got from the Country Bear Jamboree to this, but Country Bear Jamboree opens next week, Wednesday. Maybe I'll do the show from Magic Kingdom next week. And we'll all go see the Country Bear Jamboree together. Not you, but you.
Yeah.
We can go see the Country Bear Jamboree together and have snacks. It's just a food building, a tower of delicious. Betsy, Saquon. Nick's looking down like this was a bad idea. Sandwich, I promise. It's supposed to get soggy. It's dipped in jus.
Too much.
Did you use every napkin that you got?
No.
That's the other pro tip. You need at least 37 napkins. Yeah, you did. When you come here.
You have one more right there.
I know, but it's holding my hot dog up. Fonchilla and turkey leg and pretzels for dinner. So maybe I'll do that. Just remind me when I get home. Next week, live from Magic Kingdom. Are we here next week? Yes, we're here next week. So, but now it's up there. That salad is. Listen, I'm just prepping for D23 Expo and nightly runs to In-N-Out Burger.
And Cozy Cones.
And Nicholas, we're also preparing for our 2029 cruise to Japan. You saw that, right? But you know what's interesting? It doesn't. I have to read this again, but I found great. Thank you. I had a conversation with Tate. I have to reread the release again because it says Disney. It doesn't say Disney Cruise Line ship in Japan.
What?
So I'm curious to see if that means anything. Whatever. So I've had salads before. You've seen me eat a salad.
At home.
I was very angry when I did. I ate a salad. So, and listen, if you want to try Portillo's for yourself, like I said, this is on Palm Parkway. So if you come from Disney Springs, you go down Hotel Plaza Boulevard, go out to Winter Garden Violin Road. It's about 10 minutes or so from Disney Springs. And there's a lot of great places to eat here. A lot of shopping, a lot of dining. Most of it's like fast casual for the most part around here. Raising Cane's is across the street. Nick is a huge, like, Caniac combo. What'd you say? It's 30,000 calories and 90 grams of protein?
It's like 70 grams of protein for like 1,700 calories.
1,700 calories, which is like more than the body is supposed to eat in an entire day. So, yes, I did announce a group cruise for 2029. We're going to Japan. By the way, I think we still have one spot. Are you? I'll call you from Japan while I'm there.
Please, I'm
Are you going to
grab more napkins?
I thought he was going to grab more food. Since I don't, so I also believe you can Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever. Like I'm 92.7% sure you can Uber Eats Portillo's to your resort. So that's a pro tip. By the way, you can also Uber Eats. Oh, sorry, you can Grubhub or DoorDash. Thank you. Eat. We have to. I haven't taken you to eat yet. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
What are you thinking about food?
Because I haven't eaten yet.
And then wrap this up.
Jen says we have Portillo's out in Phoenix. Yeah, Portillo's is worth the drive. All right, let me finish this. Wait.
Wrap it up so you can. I already finished everything, so.
Harmony said, "Did you add a hot dog for $1?" Is that what it?
Yeah.
You could add a hot dog for $1, dude. That's $1 well spent. 103 ways to save money for not Walt Disney World. Let me just show them what this sandwich looks like so they can understand. Oh my God. So Nicholas, this is obscenely huge. So it's Italian beef with sweet peppers, and they take it and they dip the whole thing like way in to the jus. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty and a joy forever. I'm not going to make you watch me eat this on camera because there's only you only have to see a certain amount, and this is beyond what anybody should have to watch. Nicholas, I'm sorry for what you're about to witness. Can you get me a knife, please, so I can cut this in half, because that's a fork. A knife is the thing with the little serrated edge on the bottom. It looks like a small katana.
You're getting a fork.
I can't. How can I cut that with a fork? No, please don't. Can't you get me a knife?
Wait. I have a knife.
Are you literally not going to get up and get me a knife?
I have a knife already.
Yeah, but it's got all kinds of funk on it.
It's got a chili dog on it.
It's all going to the same place anyway. Mike says, I bet we're going to see Lou holding the scissors at the ribbon cutting for the next Portillo's in Orlando. There are so many of the places, actually a few of the places we talked about are right here on Palm Parkway. Susuru is here. K-Pot is here. I didn't mention K-Pot on the Out of This World show. K-Pot is a Korean barbecue joint where they just bring like unlimited plates of food and vegetables and meats.
Unlimited or a la carte.
Unlimited's the way to go. Like if you're gonna do it right. What else? Kobe Steakhouse. We actually Kung Fu Kitchen.
Eat this and then talk about it.
Kung Fu Kitchen is so good. Kung Fu Kitchen, Susuru, K-Pot, Portillo's, White Castle, Raising Cane's.
Supposedly barbecue burritos is pretty good.
What is?
Barbecue
I have
burritos.
not been to the burrito place yet. How can you even talk about food yet, Nicholas? I still haven't even touched my barbecue beef sandwich. I know. I will. But I'm going to let them go first because I know you don't want to see me do this. What else? Did I forget anything else? Probably.
You got everything.
I think I got
Country
everything.
Bears, delicious food, Portillo's space.
Josh Oliver, it's good to see you, man. Long time, brother. I've known Josh for a long time. All right, I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. I'm not a Cece's Pizza guy. I'm not, being from Italian heritage and the Northeast. Cece's Pizza is no bueno. Josh Oliver says, we need to talk comics, Lou. We do need to talk. You know who loves comics? This guy. Nicholas and I both love comics. We're going to New York Comic Con in the fall Not going to San Diego next week. What is it? Next week? 2 weeks?
Next,
San Diego?
coming up.
So, come to the Carolinas and we'll hit the barbecue circuit. Road trip. Road trip. All right. I think I need to take care of my Italian dipped beef sandwich. Plus, I need to go home. I have some, time-sensitive stuff that I need to work on tonight. So that's what we came out. Quick meal tonight. Quick live show with you, but I did want to share my excitement for Country Bear Jamboree. Do not miss it. Make it a meetup in New York City, maybe. Amy says, am I excited for Daredevil? Daredevil is like the one thing in the Marvel that's upcoming for Marvel that I am most excited for. Yeah, we have tickets for Deadpool and Wolverine in a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Praying that it delivers on the promise that Deadpool usually does, and then I cannot wait for Daredevil, who, has really sort of become, as I've gotten older, like my favorite character for a variety of reasons. So, you know who else? You know what Daredevil's favorite food is? Portillo's.
Yeah.
Portillo Italian beef sandwiches. All right. Becky, I sent you an email. You haven't responded to like the 3 super long ones I've sent. Listen, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me here at Portillo's. Nicholas, I can't believe you ate that whole thing already. And the hot dog, and your fries. Go get another one. This way you have something to eat while I'm eating. I'm going to dig into my sandwich. I love and appreciate you. Maybe I'll see you again if I happen to make it back to the parks over the next couple of days. But for now, my next great adventure is my Italian beef sandwich. So I love you. I appreciate you. Good night.